Thanks so much. Tonight, we are learning more about the medical response leading up to the death of a 15-year-old volleyball player who collapsed in College Park last week. Amanda Sylvester was warming up at a club volleyball practice on Thursday when she collapsed. Fulton County officials say first responders from College Park Fire Rescue were there in moments. Sylvester was evaluated, and at that time, her vitals appeared normal.
So as you all have just seen, yes, this is a very devastating story and one that I feel could have been completely avoided. So I have a little bit more here and let's just get into it. It says sadly a 15-year-old girl, Amanda Sylvester of Georgia, suffered a cardiac arrest after an ambulance never showed up, officials said, according to the New York Post. The teen collapsed while at a volleyball practice, and although medical professionals arrived to examine her after she fell, the ambulance that was originally called failed to arrive. A spokesperson stated within about 8 minutes, College Park Fire Rescue EMS were on site. The young lady by then was conscious, elevated and assessed. Her vitals were all normal. She was making eye contact. The pupils were not dilated, and she was conversant. The teen's mother later took her to a children's hospital when the ambulance failed to show up for 40 minutes. They're saying when we brought people in, they said she was good to go. But then the mother's saying obviously something wasn't right, that because the mother said, okay, it's been 40 minutes, I'll go and take her to the hospital myself. The call was then canceled, but it took you 40 minutes plus and you never even showed up. And then after 40 minutes and you hear, okay, the mother took her, now you're saying, yeah, but we had to cancel it because she took her. But you weren't showing up anyways. That's the issue. At the hospital, she sadly experienced cardiac failure and was revived just once before she was declared dead. Okay, so this is 40 minutes after, all right? Mother took her to the hospital, however long that took, and then she suffered another cardiac arrest, and then she passed away. It said the coach for the Dream Chasers volleyball club called Grady Memorial Hospital out, saying their failure to show up was considered to be unacceptable. While city officials are investigating why the ambulance failed to arrive, and that's what they end up saying. Now, we don't know why it took 40 minutes for them to say, hey, we're not coming. I don't know why you couldn't have said that within 10 or within 5 minutes, but it took 40 plus minutes for them to say, we're not coming, because the mother is taking her. But the mother didn't take her until 40 minutes after. So there's the issue. Then Grady Memorial Hospital responded because, people were wondering what happened. The hospital said that it was not considered a high priority. So apparently for the fire and rescue people, it was ranked at a low acuity, which means it's a non-emergency. Getting a cat out of a tree, whatever the case may be, right? Even though this is not what that was. But overall, I believe the reason why they then said it was not an emergency, even though she ended up passing away hours later, was because essentially this is what happened. When the original people came, they looked at her, said she's up, she's able to speak well, her eyes, her vitals look good, everything looks good. We're okay. Hey, yeah, but I still need the ambulance to get here just in case. Yeah, but then these people already said, yeah, she's already looking fine. She's walking fine. She's looking good. Her vitals are normal. Come, but let's not make it a priority because she's already up, moving, walking, etc. Right? So that's why they took so long to come. All right. Even though she ended up suffering a cardiac arrest again later on, but that's the thing. In regards to this kind of stuff, I feel like it's one of those things. It should have still been considered an emergency still, even though you may say, oh yeah, but she was up and moving. Yeah, but she wasn't before. She collapsed before. I don't care what you're saying. Fine. You say it looks good. Nice. Let's get that ambulance and let's get my daughter on here. Let's get that ambulance and let's get this child on here to get her transported. And this is an emergency. Okay, but that seems to be the main reason why they categorized it as being a quote unquote low acuity, simply because when her vitals and everything, all the numbers, etc., were looked at, it was showing as normal. It was showing as it's perfectly fine. She's perfectly fine. There's no issue. But let me know what you all think about this down below.